to cut a piece of land for us as a church, which was about 70 meters by 45. And, but the issue did not have to end with us, between me and the man, the landowner. So he had to take it to the chief before it's released to us as a church. So it has taken almost a year trying to deal with that issue, and finally the what you call community council, those who are working under the chief, they said it's fine. They don't see any problem with the man giving me the land.
What are you going to do with it?
The land. Mm-hmm. This is where we are gonna build our church, our third church. This is where we will circle and begin to do a number of projects that will sort of grow the church actually. Yeah, I think we are getting ready now. We are getting ready now because the land has been purchased, and we have given the man 60,000 in Malangeni. They're really thanking the Kenyan Hill for that contribution that they've given to buy the land. It's a blessing. It's really a blessing. We are so excited that now we have our own land. I've been so restricted in terms of running meeting midweek because we're meeting in somebody's home. Well, they meet there on Sunday, but during the week we could not do that because it's somebody's house. But now we'll have freedom to just have our own meetings at any time in the land.
All ages?
Sorry?
All people, young, old?
All people, young and old, will be just coming freely without any restriction because it's an independent place. Mm-hmm. Culturally, Swazis, they just hate to go to somebody's home, and they feel like they are making this person proud. If you come to, I will just come to your place and we meet there, and they will. It's not accepted. It's not something that they like to do it. And because of some differences in the past, normally they will refer to those differences of the parents, and they feel not comfortable to go to someone's home. And that's why we've been not effective for all these 2.5 years.
Because you're at somebody's house.
Sorry?
Because you're at somebody else's house.
Because we are in somebody's house, and I just look back where I started in the village, Bolanzen, where I come from. We're meeting in my room. We're so restricted. Very few people will come. But the moment the community leaders gave us the land, and the church started growing, the number went up to something like 100. But when we're still in the room, we're just a very small group. Many people would like to come, but say, I don't want to come to your home. But now that we have our own land, we are so much excited as a church in Swaziland. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your history when you were a young boy, when you were in school, and then you were in college. Take a person who does not know you from small boy, and then tell us a little bit about your journey.
Okay. Yeah. I come from a family of 7 sons. I'm the 6th son. And I grew up, actually, I must put it this way. I grew up in a very poor family where things were very hard. And we just scattered like this. My father and my mom got separated. And for all our lives, as young as young people, we could not stay with them. And what happened? 1979. Sure, I forgot to say that I was born in 1968 myself. I'm a bit old now. Yeah. So it's exciting how God does things. And I've been feeling all those years, I've been feeling that I really need Christ under those hard situations. And I will hear people talk about Jesus and all, and talking about heaven and hell, and I felt that if there is heaven, I will not make it, because I don't think I'm that type of a person. But it came a time when I just made up my mind, and I said, this thing they are talking about is real. Why can't I make a decision and become one? And in 1986, I made a decision to come to Christ, and that was the turning point of my life. Everything changed, and almost every day I was crying because of my family situation. Could not have whatever we think we deserve in life. But when I got saved, I felt that peace. I felt it so strong within me. And although the situation was still hard, and that was my year of change. That's my year of change, because from that time I began loving God so much. I will go around and testifying and tell other people about Jesus, how he loves them, how he loved me so, how he loved me too. So I was just testifying about that. Testifying. So from that time, I developed strong love for God, and I would never stop talking about Jesus to the student in the school. So it just went like that. I keep growing. I just kept growing, actually, and until 1991, I finished school. Actually, 1990, I finished school. I got a job in a certain company in Swaziland, diamond mine company. So as I was working there, something was really speaking to me, that God want me to save him, but it was not so clear. What was it? And 1992, it was growing. 1993, it was growing, and until it was actually 94 early, where I went to one of my brother who was helping me when I was growing as a young Christian, and I expressed what I was feeling. And he said to me, Amali, you just hold on. If it is God who's speaking to you, it will not die down. It will continue. Just wait. I was busy at that time constructing my house, and he said, you just wait and finish your house. If it is God who's speaking to you, no one will stop you. And they helped me, they backed me in prayer. We formed a group actually that year in 1994. That group was just meant to back me up. We'll pray once a week, meet in a certain place, pray together. And I really felt the desire growing so strong in me. And 1994, end of 1994, I just resigned from my job as an electrician. I was working there as an electrician. 1995, I went to college in South Africa, where I started my studies in theology. It was a 3-year program. So it went up to 97, where I finished, and I was awarded a diploma in theology in South Africa. After completing my school, actually while I was doing my second year, that's when I started this church, and I felt that God is leading me to start it. That was 1996, early 1996. I started this church called Union Temple Christian Fellowship internationally. And the church went on. When it was beginning, it was fine. We were a group of 50 people meeting in my room, right in my home compound, right at my place. So we just went on like that, the church. But I was back in college in South Africa, so I would get some report, they are doing fine. But the end of 1997, I began to hear some bad news that people are no longer coming. They are no longer coming to meet at my place. But I don't blame anybody, because I started that church and I just went back to college. There was no one who was taking care of it. They were still very young, because I just handpicked somebody and I said, you will carry on and preach on every Sunday. But things never worked fine. The whole of 1997, it's almost like there was no church. Because when I came back when I completed my college, 1997, and I came back to the village, I found that there are only 2 people left, and only small girls. The other one was 14, the other one was something 12 years. Everybody went away, so there was nobody. But when I came back in 1997, end of 1997, so they heard that I'm back in the community, and they started coming out, especially women and the kids, not men, because men are so somehow they are kind of people who are not easy to respond to the message. They take time. I'm sure everywhere they have that tendency to just stand far and watch what is happening. They will just but anyway, we thank God that in those years God was helping me. I could stand in that hard situation, and we put on. Actually, it went on for 4 years without getting our own property in the community. We're still meeting in that place in my room in Ibolanzeni, and we just went on and we'll be preaching to children, and to 2 women, and I continued like that for all those years. But I was busy with the community council, the elders of the community, and I was talking to them that they should give us a land so that we can have our own plot and begin to do whatever we feel like, constructing and doing some other things. Finally, they gave us a land. Sure, it was 1999. Yeah, no, yeah, it's something like 99, not even, if not 2000. So we got our land, and from that time, and we experienced a growth now. We started experiencing a growth. And it was so exciting, so exciting, and so exciting.
What's happening today?
Sorry?
Other than, you said that you have the land, that's that new land. When do you expect it to be built? When are you going to be able to use that piece of land?
So the new land we have for our third church, we are getting ready now to build. Actually, we have been talking with the Brother Hank and getting things organized for starting there. But what I'm ready to do now is just leveling the place, putting the place in good condition for starting to build. And we are busy on that because the deal is finished now. And we believe that God will help us.
You mentioned to us yesterday something that you told Pastor Stephen about beyond just being a pastor, about something that was laid on your heart to take being a pastor to the next level, to be a leader of men, to be a mentor. Can you talk a little bit about that? What do you feel like God is calling you at the next stage of your ministry?
Yeah, you are very right, and I thank you for that question. And I love pastoral is my calling. I really love it, and I enjoy leading a church, teaching in the church, and I feel that's my calling until the Lord calls me. When I was talking about leadership, that this is another area where I feel God is calling me to, and I'll be still based. I will be still continuing with the church pastoral work, but I will be also training leaders in the church, and also in the country as a whole. And I feel it so strong that it's an area I've seen some weaknesses, that most of our leaders in the community, both secular and in the church, I feel they really need the leadership skill that need to be deployed to them, so that they will be able to lead in every area, in every place where God has happened to put them. So I feel it so strong, say that it's going to be a separate organization that will be will have its own department. I will be busy training leaders, and I will be working with them. I will be just spreading across the country to help people understand all the leadership skills, and we trust that God will help me, because that's something that is in my heart so much, and I feel it so strong that, and I see a change when it comes to this issue of leadership, and because I believe that true leadership need to have a successor, shall I may put it that way. So leadership without a successor is a failure, and it's like you were trying to do something. When you die, it just die with you. So, and I feel it, and God is really calling me to that. Is another area I feel it, that I will be just busy training some leaders in the country, possible beyond the borders of Swaziland. Yeah.
If you had the congregation of Canyon Hills,
Sorry.
if you had the church of Canyon Hills in Bothell, Washington, and if you were just to say hello,
Yeah.
what's something you would tell them? What is one thing that you would like to be able to say thank you or pray for me? Just maybe even 2 or 3 things. Just I don't know. What does your heart say to people